Hi, everyone. So, welcome to the live stream today, and happy new month to everybody as we get into the final month for our discussion towards the November 2025 examination. What it means is that we are in October, so technically we have about 4 weeks to go, flex ourselves around, and then boom, we'll be out of here for the November 2025 examination. And we are continuing with our discussion with solving practice questions in some of the key areas in various subject issues so we can put ourselves in the position to pass the examination. Remember that you can get access to our practice question courses available on our website. And these practice question courses gives you access to the lecture videos, right? Practice questions videos. You get access to the questions with the solution. You get access to a mentorship one-on-one session with me, book sessions to handle any questions that you may be having. And also exclusively, you'll be able to join our Executive Revision Masterclass, which is our 2 weeks masterclass exclusive for our students, where we hold the hand of our students, provide them with the blueprints and the assistance that they need so they can go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and most importantly, pass the examination. So you can get on to our website, nyirapremium.com, or download the Nhyira Premium mobile application to complete your enrollment today and get access to these practice questions. Because remember, at this point that we are in, there are a few things you need to be mindful of. The first thing will be having a deeper understanding of the courses. That's very important. So understanding the syllabus, understanding the principles, underlining each of the topics in the subject you are writing is very important to position you to pass the examination. Not only that, it is also important for you to expose yourself to questions. And that is where our practice question courses come in to help you, because that is going to be helping you. And we have the course for management accounting, financial reporting, corporate reporting. So you get access to these exclusive solve practice questions that guide you in the way various topics, various concepts are going to be structured, so you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination. Not only that, so after the questions, now you need to sit down to solve some questions even on your own. And so the encouragement we give our students is that, hey, once you see the question that is being solved, then it is important you solve the question yourself before even watching the video. Why? Because you need to work with speed and accuracy. You need to work on your timing. There are some of you, something is going to happen to you in the exam hall. Even punching on the calculator may be an issue for you. And so you want to put yourself in a simulation where you have practiced to work under pressure before the examination. Many a times, people get to the exam hall without any exposure, without any practice, and the exam hall is the first time they are exposed to working with speed and accuracy, working under pressure, working to achieve something within the possible time available. And that really doesn't help. So we put you in that simulation where you are practicing questions and then work on time. That's very important. We cannot overemphasize the importance of this because it's crucial as part of the workflow for you, so you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination. So yes, understand the syllabus, understand the key topics, expose yourself to questions, and then work on your speed and accuracy. Some of you, if care is not taken, something is going to happen in the exam hall. By the time they say 1 hour more, you realize that 2 hours have gone, but you have answered only one question or you are on your second question. There you start panicking. Why? Because you cannot write fast. Why? You cannot work with speed and accuracy. Why? Because you are not able to punch well. And sometimes I tell my students this, hey, do not make yourself as you are going to be treated separately. Because some people are like, oh, I'm a slow writer. Oh, I'm a slow learner. Oh, I'm a slow this. Listen, in the exam hall, there is no provision for slow writers, slow learners, or slow whatever it is. It is one paper, and it is applicable to everyone. So you have to put yourself in the position where you can work with speed and accuracy. And that is really important if you can pass the examination. Because sometimes students fail the exam not because they don't know, Students fail the exam not because they didn't understand what was taught. Students fail the exam not because they couldn't solve the questions in the exam hall. Students fail the exam most of the time because they were not able to work within the time available. Because you just have 3 hours, and everything rises and falls within that 3 hours. And that is why it is important for you to expose yourself to practice questions under time. That's very important. Expose yourself to practice questions under time so you can put yourself in the position to ultimately pass the examination. And so if you are planning to sit for the November 2025 examination, I will really entreat you to get to that point where you are now going to put in place the final touches. Because at this point, you should be able to have done about 80% of the syllabus. Give and take, about 75-80% of the syllabus is done. And so what you are doing at this time is to do the extra 20%, the extra 30%, then you are reviewing what you have been doing already. In case you have not been studying seriously also, then this is the time for you to take your studies serious. That's very important. So this will be the time to take your studies serious so that you can increase your chances of passing the examination. I tell people this all the time. Yes, it is good to go and write the exam. Yes, it is good to register for the exam, but you need to pass the examination. And passing the ICAG examination requires you to work hard. Listen, gone are the days where you can sit down, sleep, wake up, attend some 1-hour class somewhere, or do something and think you will pass the examination. No. These days, the quality of the ICAG examination is at its best. So you got to be somebody who is intelligent, somebody who knows about the structure of the exam very well, somebody who understands the principles and the concept, somebody who can work with speed and accuracy, because that is the only way you can pass the exam. Anything other than that is going to set you up to fail the examination. So I really want to impress on you that if you are going to sit for the exam, then you want to expose yourself. You want to practice a lot of questions. You want to make sure that you do whatever you have to do legitimately, on time. On time. Do not wait a week to the exam, 3 days to the exam, take leave from your workplace, cause financial loss to the state or financial loss to your company, and go and bomb the exam on top of it because you didn't study. Because one of the things you hear people say is, oh, ICAG examination is difficult. Oh, ACCA is difficult. Oh, ICAG is difficult. No. None of these examinations are difficult. They are examinations. And as with any examination, you must work within a certain time frame. You must work to answer certain questions from different aspects of the syllabus. So if you are going to go to write the exam and pass the examination, then you have to work for it. Listen, if you don't work for it, you're going to fail. That's the thing. And especially for those of you doing research, I'm really on you because you see, sometimes people who are doing research have a lot of complacency. What do I mean by that? Maybe last semester you wrote the exam and you got 45, or you got 40, or you got 30. Your brain is telling you that, oh, last semester I got 45, or I got 40. So I'm left with only 10, then I can pass the examination. But that is false. It's not like the 40 you got last semester or the 45 you got last semester has been deposited. And this semester, you only need 5 marks on top, then you can pass the examination. That's not how it works. You're going to start everything from scratch. And so sometimes that delusion and complacency causes people, especially those who are doing research, to sit back. Because they are like, yo, yeah, last semester I attended lectures. I know the things. I got 43. I got 45. I got 40. I was left with only 10. So I'm going to wait 3 days to the exam. I'm going to attend one class like that. Yo. And I'm going to go and pass the examination. They go and then they go fail the exam again. And that is why sometimes people end up writing the exam over and over and over and over again. The same paper. Because after the first examination, you become complacent. You think you know, but the reality is that you don't know. Because you have to start everything from scratch and look at the strategies you adopted in the previous session. How did that turn out? Then you change your strategy. Because wisdom requires that you will have to do the same thing over and over again, but with different approach. But if you are doing the same thing over and over again with the same strategy and you are expecting different outcome, then you're not going to be making it. And so that is something I want to really drill into you as we start this final month towards the examination, that please understand the syllabus. Please expose yourself to questions. Please solve questions under time so you can work on your speed, you can work on your accuracy, and you can work on your ability to be able to comprehend and call on the principles as fast as possible so you can put yourself in the position to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the examination. If you can do that, then you can pass. But if you are sitting down, waiting for some magical class to attend, some 1 hour class somewhere, 3 hour class somewhere, 6 hour class somewhere, and you think that class is going to give you 100% of what is in the syllabus, I think you're smoking something. Really, like you're smoking something. So please, take your life into your hand, right? Take responsibility for your life. And taking responsibility means going the extra mile, doing what you must do so that you can put yourself in the position to pass the examination and not be in a place where you will have to be writing the exam over and over again. And that is something you have to really work on. So have a steady plan. Make sure that you discipline yourself. If it means creating some time, maybe after work, sit at the office, if it is possible, some 1 hour or 2 hours after work. Because if you leave office early, you're going to be stuck in the traffic for 2 hours anyways. So why wouldn't you use that time rather to stay at the office? Then you can learn for 1 hour or 2 hours. Then later on in the evening, the traffic will die down. Then you don't have to waste a lot of time in traffic. That is how you work on yourself. If it means you get home, you sleep early, then you can wake up in the dawn to do some 1 hour, do it. If it means Saturdays, you leverage your weekends. Saturdays, Sundays, you can do something small here and there, do it. Because that is what you have to do. I'm tired of listening to your excuses. Oh, Anna, I am a busy person. Oh, Anna, I've had people who tell me, oh, Nhyira, you know, media, I don't have time. Oh, it is only the live lecture. That is all. That is all. And I'm like, no. That is not the way you pass the exam. Because you should be able to sit down and do something on your own. You should be able to sit down, expose yourself to questions. You should be able to sit down and practice as many questions as possible if you want to pass the examination. Because you are just giving yourself excuses. And I'm busy. My mother, my father, my boss, my this, my that. Hey, Nhyira, hey, Nhyira, ho. Hey, Nhyira, ho. Hey, Nhyira, ho. All that will not make your dream come to pass. You want to be a chartered accountant. You want to get that promotion. You want to take your life to the next level. You want to take your career to the next level. The excuses about, oh, I am tired. Oh, I closed from work late. Oh, I don't get to work on time. Oh, my boss this. Oh, my boss that. All of those things are just excuses that you are giving yourself to not take responsibility for your life. And so I put it to you today that you have to take total responsibility for your life and make sure you go the extra mile. This is not some motivation speech. If you need some motivation, go watch some motivation video somewhere. I am telling you that this thing requires hard work. You must go the extra mile. You must do whatever you have to do legitimately. and remove unnecessary distractions out of your life so you can create time to take your life to the next level. I'm not here motivating you. I'm here to impress on you. I'm here to challenge you that you have to stop the crybaby attitude that some of you have and take responsibility for your life. Because your boss and your work is still what it is. So every semester, it's my work, oh, it's my boss, oh, it's my work, oh, it's my boss, oh, but you spend the night watching things on TikTok, watching movies and other things. You spend your weekend doing things that might not add significant value to your life. But here you are complaining that, this work that I'm doing, I can't see myself, I can't make any progress. No. There is progress to be made, but you are refusing to take the hard decisions by removing distractions and take responsibility and do what you have to do so you can pass the examination and take your career and take your life to the next level. It is possible to become successful. It is possible to pass the examination. Exams are written 3 times in the year. It means if you're a serious person, you are coming in with a degree, within a year you should be done with this. And there are people under my mentorship who have done this. Within a year, they are done, boom, they go. You don't need 10 years to become a chartered accountant. You don't need it. The reason you are delaying is because you are telling yourself crybaby stories to make you feel good of yourself. But the truth of the matter is that those crybaby stories will not make your dream come to pass. Those crybaby stories will not make you successful. Those crybaby stories will not turn your life around. So you need to change the story and take responsibility today and say, hey, I am going to sit for this exam. And if I'm going to sit for this exam, I want to pass. And if I have to pass, it means I need to study. If I have to study, then I need to make time. If I have to make time, then I need to remove distractions from my life. If I have to remove the distraction from my life, anything that doesn't add value to my life, my happiness, my feelings, let's take all of those useless things out and create some time for you so you can become successful. Listen, you need to take your life to the next level, and that will require a different mindset, a different attitude, a different way of life. Success doesn't come to the motivated. Success doesn't come to dreamers. Success doesn't come to prayerful people. Dream is important. Prayer is important. Sowing seed is important. But success doesn't just come because you are a prayerful person. Success doesn't just come because you have a dream. Success comes because you have a dream, you are prayerful, and you take responsibility to do the work that is required so that you can become successful. How do you want to pass the examination, take your life to the next level, but you don't want to study? And every time, I am busy. Every time, I am busy. If you are busy, then continue your business and forget this journey. Again, I am not here to motivate you. I am here to paint the reality to you. And there are some of you, your promotions have been on the line. At your workplace, you report to people you don't like. You report to people at your workplace you don't like. You're like, look at me. Look at this small girl. Look at this small boy. Because I'm not a chartered accountant, I do all the work. She sits in the office. I take the form, then she just signed and go away. We are the people doing the work. Yes. And you will continue to cry like that. You will continue to feel the pain like that. You will continue to feel miserable like that until you take responsibility to say that enough is enough. I need to change my life. And that means I need to make time to sit down, to study, get this thing done, get my promotion, and take my life to the next level. It's all because you are not ready to take the responsibility. And that is what you need to understand. Again, I'm not here to motivate you. I am just here to challenge you. Again, your promotion, some of you, is on the line. Some of you, your next job is on the line. Some of you, you've been praying, you'll be fasting. Say, God, Give me new career. Give me new job. Give me new opportunity. But that opportunity may require you to become a chartered accountant. That opportunity may require you to have certain qualification. Here you are not doing what you have to do. And every day you are giving yourself crybaby excuses. And my mother, and my father, and my husband, and my children, and my work, and my this. I am not saying those things are not true, but nobody cares about your stories. That is the reality of life. ICAG, ACCA, all the examination bodies, they don't sit down, for professional bodies, they don't sit down and say, oh, by the way, this semester, our students are busy workers. Busy corporate executives. They don't close early from work. So let's set the question in such a way that, oh, if they do something small, no, they can pass. Mbano. The exams follow a certain international standard. So nobody cares how busy you are. You have to find out and create the time to take responsibility and take your life to the next level. Again, you cannot be on this journey for 10 years. You cannot be on this journey for 5 years. It's not supposed to be so. You cannot go First World War, Second World War, Third World War, Fourth World War. Enough. The bus stops here. It's okay. Maybe you've written the exam twice and you failed all those 2 times. This is your 3rd time. You got to tell yourself that this time you're going to write and you're going to pass. But that doesn't come because you're a prayerful person. That doesn't just come because you sow seed. That doesn't just come because you are motivated. That comes because in addition to all of those things, you are going to sit down to study and do what you have to do to put you in the position so you can pass the examination. And that is what I want to challenge you with today. Because it's a new month. It's the last month we are in for the examination to come. And you need to change your attitude. You need to change your life. Enough of the stories. Enough of the crybabies. Enough of the excuses. Take responsibility for your life. If you have to reduce your sleep, do it. 1 hour sleep so you can do some 1 hour in the dawn or during the dawn. It's going to help you. Okay? Weekends, instead of sitting down to wash from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., how about getting a washing machine or outsourcing that task so you can get that time to yourself to study and take your life to the next level? What are you doing? So I am here. It's a new month. And I'm here to challenge you that people don't become successful just because they know how to pray. People don't become successful just because they speak in tongues. People don't become successful just because they are motivated. People don't become successful just because they have dreams. People become successful because in addition to the dream they have, in addition to their prayerful life, in addition to their faith, in addition to their motivation, they work harder than everyone else. That is why they succeed. That's the reality of life. Because some of you have been satisfied with the level you are at and you are blaming everybody for your life mess when it is your responsibility to take charge of your life and do something different with your life. So I'm just here to impress on you. You know me. I'm not a crybaby person. Yes, you may not like the way I'm saying it, but that is the reality. I'm not going to come here and tell you, oh, kakra kakra, kuko bendi munso. No, you got to get to the point in time and say, I'm tired. I'm tired. It's okay. The misery is okay. The pain is enough. Enough is enough. I want to take my life to the next level. And that will require being different. That will require different mindsets, different attitude, different way of life, and even different people that you must surround yourself with. Listen, it's easy to be successful. It's easy to be successful. It's easy to be successful. The reason it feels hard for many people is because of excuses. But the beauty of life is this. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Nobody cares about your excuses. That is why I told you earlier. ICAG doesn't sit down. ACCA, ICAG, they don't sit down and say, oh, our students are busy people. Let's say the question in a manner that, oh, if they do something small, no, then we pass them. No. So you don't close from work early. Nobody cares. On weekends, you have to wash and do house chores. Nobody cares. You have to wake up early, stuck in traffic, and get to office on time. Nobody cares. Because nobody cares about that, you have to find out, how do I create time to do what I must do so I can change the outcome of my life? That's the question you have to ask yourself. What must I do to create time so I can change the outcome of my life? Every weekend, you are chilling. Oh, birthday party is here, you are jumping there. Oh, wedding is here, you are jumping. Funeral is here, you are jumping. So you are jumping from one place to the other, one place to the other. Every weekend, you have something to do. How do you expect to become successful? You cannot become successful like that. It's not possible. Give me a sec. It's not possible to be successful jumping from one place to the other. So listen, this month, you want to make a decision. Enough of the excuses, enough of the pain, enough of the suffering, enough of the cry, enough of the turmoil. You want to change your life. And that will require you taking total responsibility for your life. That's the deal. It's a tough pill to swallow, I know. It's a tough pill to swallow. That is life. But life only gives and reward people who are willing to be different, who are willing to go the extra mile, who are willing to do what they must do in order for them to become successful. So it's a new month. And my message to you is simple. Take total responsibility for your life. Total responsibility. Stop the excuses. I am busy. My this. Sometimes, we give assignments to our students. And then some people will come. Oh, I've been busy all week. And I'm like, you've been busy. So you couldn't get 30 minutes to sit down, to do an assignment, to study for an exam that you want to pass, that you know will take your life to the next level. So the whole of the period, you couldn't get 30 minutes out of your busyness? Are you really serious? So I realized that over the last decade that I've been in this game, I've realized that it's not about me. It's about people. Because I have private students who are traveling across the country or the world, and they are still doing assignments. Different time zones. They still submit. Why? Because the measure of success is in time. People don't want to be on this journey for decades, 10 years. I started ICA 10 years ago. I've written, by the grace of God, today. Yeah. We thank God for your story. But that is not the story we want to hear. I am not inspired by stories like that. No. I'm not inspired by stories like that. Why? Because if you take responsibility, Go the extra mile. Do what you must do. You can do that same thing that somebody took 10 years to do in 1 year. And that is what we call redeeming the time. Because we are in the evil days. You got to redeem time. You can somebody used 5 years to do it. Can you do it in a year? Somebody used 10 years to do it. Is it possible to crash that into 2 years? You don't have time to say, oh, yeah, I will just be doing it. I will just be doing it. No, mom. No, sir. You can do it within a year. If only you are willing to go the extra mile. That's all. The difference between people who succeed and everyone else is the extra mile. So whilst you love your pillow, whilst you love your bed, whilst you love your TV, whilst you love your friends, whilst you are chilling, having fun, the people who want to succeed will sacrifice those things for a time so they can achieve their goals and take their life to the next level. So I'm challenging you today. I don't know what your story is, but I just want to let you understand. The excuses ends today. Don't carry it forward. Take responsibility from today. If you want to pass this examination and complete this journey in the shortest possible time, so you can take your life to the next level as soon as possible, enough of the game. Enough of the excuses. Go the extra mile. That's all you need. The difference between you and the person who has been promoted ahead of you is because they are willing to sacrifice. Some of you are angry. There are positions in your workplace, you thought they should have given it to you because you've been in that position for a long time or you have the experience, but you don't have the certification, so they give the job to someone else. Then you are angry. I've worked for this company, sir. I've worked for this company, sir. Promotion has come. Because I don't have ICAG, because I'm not chartered accountant, I can't be promoted. You think it is easy? If it was easy, why don't you have it? If you think it's just something, KK, why don't you have it? So instead of taking responsibility and undertaking an introspection and say, oh, I just lost a promotion. That could have given me more money. That could have given me more opportunities. My life is going to be better. My spouse's life will be better. I will be able to take care of various other people and I'll be much happier. And I just lost this opportunity. Why did I lose it? Because I didn't have the necessary qualification. Okay, what is it that made another person have it and I don't have it? They went the extra mile. They had traveled extra than you did. They were willing to walk away from comfort. They were willing to walk away from flex. They were willing to walk away and make some sacrifices. That is what I'm impressing on you today. That you take total responsibility for your life. That you take total responsibility for everything. Stop blaming people. And all the blame games, they are ending here. If you can do that, I can guarantee you, you will become successful. And that's what I want to leave you with as we begin this new month. And this month is a special month. We are just wrapping things up to get you to November. We are just cleaning things up to get you to November. Enough of the excuses. Enough of the blame games. Enough of pointing fingers at others. Point the fingers at yourself and take responsibility and say, hey, from today, I have to do A, B, C, D. That is why I said, I am not here to motivate you. I'm not doing motivational speech. This is not motivational speech. Yeah, because if you need motivational speech or you need someone to motivate you before you go after the dream that you claim you want, then you are not serious in the first place. Yeah, because after listening to the motivation, you're going to sleep. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, that motivation is not speaking again. So your will, your discipline, your decisions is what will make you successful. So I don't do motivation. I do reality checks. Presenting you with the facts that you need about life. If you know the fact, you can take your life to the next level. Nobody cares about your business. Nobody cares about how many children you have to take care of. Nobody cares about what you have to do on weekends to survive. Nobody cares. It's a hard and it's like it's not a healthy thing, but that is the reality because nobody cares. At the end of the day, the examination questions will be presented to you. And the only thing the examiner is looking at is, this is the question, this is the marking scheme, what did you write? That's all. So the examiner doesn't care the traffic you were stuck in. The examiner doesn't care the weekend and the things you have to do. Nobody cares. The earlier you get to the reality to understand that nobody cares, and the only thing that matters is the task ahead, task before you, and you must achieve it, the easier your life is going to be. And I can guarantee you, you'll be more blissful. And that is the thing that I want to leave you with. That if you want to make it, you want to take your life to the next level, you want to pass the examination, enough of the excuses. I don't want to hear it again. Just take total responsibility of your life. Total responsibility. And then stop the excuses. Remove the distractions. Create some time for yourself so you can study. If you can do that, I am sure you will pass the examination. Because there are a lot of reasons contributing to why people fail the exam. And always the examiner is going to be citing a number of things. Ill preparedness of students. Okay? Lack of digression. I mean, people writing answers that is contrary to the requirements of the question. It's there. Why do those things happen? Because students don't sit down to study. As I am talking, there are some of you want to write the exam, but you've not started studying. And you're going to wait. You are still waiting. 3 days to the exam, that's where you're going to pick a book and say, hey, I registered for the exam. Oh, I'm going to write. Oh, which classes is available? Let me attend. Yeah, they said, Charlie, there is this magical class somewhere. If you attend that class, everything will be okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with some of you. You think a 6-hour class is meant to walk you through syllables and put you in a position mentally, emotionally, psychologically, speed and accuracy, tactically, and everything needed for that 3-hour pressure in the exam hall? Are you serious now? No. I tell people, those classes are meant for people who have been learning already. And so those sessions, we are just highlighting key things. That's all. That spot is not for teaching. It's just for highlighting. Okay. Then you polish. Then boom, students go in. But some of you take that as your launching pad because that is the only place you think you have to study. And you go to the exam hall, the paper comes, and then everything is frozen in your head. You cannot write, the results come, you bump. But you won't change. The following semester, you will do the same thing. The following semester, you will do the same thing. Then that is where you hear people, ICA examination is difficult. No matter what you do, you will fail. No. ICA exam is not difficult. It is you who is not learning. It is you who is lazy. It is you who is not taking responsibility, because the exam that you said was difficult, some people passed. The exam that you said was difficult, some people came out as overall best students. Do they have 2 heads? Do they have 15 brains? Are they born from above and you are born from the wood? No. So why? What makes them different? They go through the extra mile and they listen. They follow instructions. And it's something that I really want to impress on you. Listen. It doesn't matter how successful you think you are now. As far as you are on this journey, it means there is something missing which you are filling the gap for. And so it means you've not done this before. So since you've not done this before, you have to act differently in this environment. And that is how you can put yourself in a position to go into the exam hall, write the exam with confidence, and pass the exam. And that is why I tell my students this. You don't come to this environment with your ego. Yeah. Because your ego doesn't take you to the exam hall. Your ego doesn't pass you the exam. You are a student. So if you don't see yourself as a student, and as a student, you have to make time, study, do assignments, solve questions, work on speed and accuracy, and you think of yourself as, oh, Ogbo Nana, oh, Chamo, Chamo, oh, Chamo, Chamo. No, Chamo, Chamo doesn't work in ICA. Ogbo Nana doesn't work in the professional environment. Nobody cares about your Chamo, Chamo. You are a student. So unless you see yourself as such, and follow instructions, and do what is required of you as a student, this journey is going to be long for you. And that is what I want to put on to you today. That it's a new month, it's a new season. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot that will be going on this period. You want to plug yourself into the system. But beyond that, you want to create a lot of time by yourself to study. Because your success is in your hand. You have to decide whether you want this or you don't want this. So that is just something I want to challenge you with. Again, as I said, this is not a motivational talk. I don't do motivation. Okay? If I have to come to tell you that you must do A, B, C, D, or motivate you for your own dream, I don't think then you have a dream. Yeah. Because the people who are at the top, who motivate them to get there? They motivate themselves and strengthen themselves. And they know the importance and the value of the dream they are going after. So, maybe you want a shoulder to cry on. No. You won't get any shoulder to cry on. Stop the cry. Stop crying. Stop weeping. Stop the excuses. And sit down and say, enough is enough. I'm tired of this. I want to change my life. And make the decisions you have to make and change your life. It's so interesting, you know. So interesting. So that's what I want to challenge you with. Spend time to sit down to study. It's good to do other things, but also make time to study. Some of you pray in the dawn. You pray in the afternoon. You pray early in the morning. Hey. It's good to pray. But when you finish praying, in the physical realm, what's happening to your life? You don't pass the exam just because you are a prayer warrior. No. Because you study. Because you sit down. Because you solve questions. So you need to learn to know how to balance the two. That's very important. That's very important. Because we have a lot of, people who are just think, yeah, you can sit down and do, and then voila, things will come. No, life doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. You don't do it like that. Because you're going to go into the battle, and the horses must be prepared for the day of battle. Yes, the victory is going to come from the Lord, but the horses must be prepared. So it is hand in hand. The horses must be prepared for the battle. Then the victory comes from the Lord. I tell my students this, that in the exam hall, if you are prayerful or whatever, there are going to be angels in the exam hall. Yeah. But the angels are going to come to remind you, to keep you calm, to help you calm your spirits down of the things that you have studied. God is not going to come and say, hey, no, poo. Then God drops something into your head. No, God doesn't do that. Okay? Those are Nollywood and Hollywood movies. God doesn't do that. So, what is in your head that God can help you to retain? What is in your hand that God can bless? What is it that you have done that God can flourish? And that is what I want to challenge with you with today. I don't know, I didn't plan for this, really, but I just want to challenge you. Enough of the cry. Enough of the excuses. Enough of the wailing. This day, decide you want to change your life. And sit down and remove all the distractions and start making the decisions that you have to make so you can become successful. And I think that is it. Again, I wish you all the best this month. It's a special month for us here at the Nhyira Premium Organization as well. And we're going to be doing a lot this month, helping you as we wrap up for the November 2025 examination as well. So if there are any questions you have, something that you want to pick my brain on, you can put it in the chat for me. I see some of you guys joining. I see some of the sharing and the likes. Thanks very much for that. So if there are any questions, any comments for me, you can put them in the chat for me. Any questions, you can drop them in the chat for me, and I'll provide you with some answers. Let's see what I have here. I think we are also live on TikTok. I think so. La 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 la. Sorry. I was opening TikTok and that thing came up. Can you pull TikTok for me? Yeah. Where? Here? Oh, okay. So give me a moment. Just want to see if I can pull this up. It's not pulling on. I don't know. Maybe you can check and see. Yeah, when I go on web, it's more or less like... Sorry. Okay. Right, so these are some of the things that I want to, share with you. And as I mentioned, we have our practice question courses available that you can get access to. Give me a sec. I'm going to pull my slide up real quick. Okay, yeah. So let me bring my slide up quickly here. So we have our practice question courses available. Management accounting. This is solved questions covering all of the areas in the syllabus, right? Covering all of the areas in the syllabus. So contemporary issues, budgeting, standard costing and variance analysis, short-term decisions, performance management, then the management accounting in the public sector, all of these available. Now you're going to get access to the question kits, get access to the lecture videos, and also get to join our Executive Leadership Masterclass. Financial reporting, corporate reporting, same issue there. We have broken it down into the various segments of the subject. So we have the accounting standards coming up. We have the single entities coming in, evaluation of financial statement, specialized transactions, consolidated financial statement, other issues. All of these are available. Again, these are practice solved questions. And you'll be able to access them both in the Nhyira Premium mobile application and on our website. Okay, so you can play this in the mobile application, download them, and watch them without internet. And then you can also watch them directly on the website using your laptop or tablet or something like that to be able to access these videos. And the reason why this is important is because, you know, many a times, students, you are supposed to expose yourself to a lot of questions. But then it is important that you are not just looking at questions with solution. Right? So you're looking at just the question printed and the solution printed. And then you don't understand, okay, how did they get this figure? Oh, okay, how did they arrive at this? Oh, why did they get this? Why was it presented like this? And so all of those things are solved with the practice question courses. And we are bringing in questions from various sources. So you're going to be seeing questions from ICAG, from ACCA, from CIMA, some, university questions coming in. So we are pulling in questions from various sources because the topic is the topic. The goal is to apply the principles based on the context of the question. And that is what we doing in respect of this particular question here, or these courses here that you can get access to. So you can enroll directly on our website, and then if there are any questions you have also, certainly you can hit us on WhatsApp or send us a message as well on WhatsApp on the number. You can see it there, and you will be assisted to complete your enrollment so that you can prepare well for the examination and put yourself in the position to pass the examination. So, going to be ending here today. God willing, on Friday, we're going to be continuing. Our stream today took an interesting turn just to help you to really put you in a right mental state to understand what is at stake, what you must do, and the importance of the fact that you are responsible for everything. So I'll catch you same time on Friday, 4:30 p.m. or 16:30 GMT plus 00, certainly. And we will continue with our practice question courses. If you have any questions, you can reach us on the number, or also you can send us a message on WhatsApp or any platform that you are on. Just send a DM. My team will look at it. Whatever you need, you'll be assisted so you can prepare well for the examination and, most importantly, pass the examination. Again, make sure you take responsibility for yourself this month and do what you must do legitimately so you can become successful. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you same time on Friday as we continue with our discussion. Bye-bye.